I think having gratitude for everything in our lives is one of the hardest things to have. Some time ago, I had a health scare. I went to the hospital, and as I sat in the examination room, my mind obsessed about my possible new realities. Would I be okay? Would I have to accept limitations on my lifestyle, be forced to take medications, or even face a possible hospitalization? But after a battery of tests, the doctor told me the cause of my symptoms was very minor and offered a simple treatment which shortly after completely resolved the problem. I was elated after I got better and found profound happiness and gratitude that everything was going to be fine. I even forgot the list of worries that I normally ruminate on. And then this thought occurred to me. My life was unchanged from last week, yet I was feeling happy. Last week, I felt like my life was never going to be the way I wanted. I was focused on everything undone or out of my control. And yet now I had the exact same situation, but felt like a beautiful gift had been given to me. I was grateful for everything I had and was thankful I still had those things. But the reality was nothing had changed. I didn't survive or prevail against a terrible illness. I had a minor problem that my mind exaggerated into a huge problem. But that laser focus on my health made all other problems seem insignificant, because they were insignificant. My issue is, like most people, I want something completely impossible for my life. I want great outcomes without hard work, secure and unconditional relationships, and complete certainty about my future. And no human being has ever had or ever will have that. So I considered my life to be a disappointment because it wasn't perfect. It feels ridiculous to say it out loud, but in my mind it made complete sense. And only after I felt like an actual disaster was possible and resolved did I finally see how blessed I was. And that's why I think gratitude's so difficult to feel every day. We forget our blessings because we consider that to be our baseline. I think that's why success and happiness always feels out of reach, because once we get or accomplish something amazing, we stop seeing it as amazing and start seeing it as ordinary. And we rarely ever value ordinary things until we lose them. Then we want them back because we realize how amazing they were. So what's the solution? How can we be more grateful? Some suggest to imagine losing that blessing and feel the loss. But I think that only leads to anxiety because loss doesn't create gratitude. I think the best way is to remember the time before the selected blessing was in our life and think about how much we wanted it. Then remember the way we felt when we finally got it and recall the happiness we felt. Once we realize our everyday, ordinary life is filled with amazing blessings, how can it feel like anything other than amazing?